All right guys, so this morning I was actually coming out to show some medium-sized fishing, but I decided to move up to some bigger sized bass because the first video went so well and we caught, you know, crappie right off the bat, one after the other. You couldn't see it all because I'm limited with my gear, but I did show a couple catches as good as I could with a camera in my hand, a phone camera, and a pole. So it went pretty well. I think there was a lot of information that was good. I went over this a minute ago. What I've done here is this is called a bass hook. And a bass hook, the new bass hooks are, they're kind of hooked to where they're bent to where they kind of help the worm go in line, straight in line. So when you hook up, when you push the hook into the top, you just come out pretty quickly. Your hook will actually tell you where to come out at. Once the hook part is starting to bend, then come out and then come back in a way that you kind of bend up the worm a little bit and hook it up and pull it out the other side down in the body like that, where you see right there, and come out the other side and just skin hook it a little bit so it'll be weedless. So we're going for bigger fish now. We were talking about medium today. I'm going to go a little bit bigger this time. It's not likely to be a crappie or anything like that. We're going for bass. I've come over here. I was going to try over at a place where there was a bridge where it was doing well for crappie, but it didn't do so well for bass. So I came over here, and here's a lot of structure, and I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do it. I'll bring the fish in and show you, and we'll talk about it, hopefully. So all this structure here I can pretty much reach with this Senko, because even though it doesn't have a weight, it's got weight for casting in the lure itself, extra salt, things like that. I've never used this one with the tail, but I don't think it's going to cause me any trouble at all. It's a very natural color. The water is basically pretty clear, so they're going to see it really well. I've got 10-pound test on this time. This is a different pole, and I have a drone over my head watching me, so oh well. Anyway, so we're going to cast it out as close to the structure as we can. And what I do, I said it earlier, I do what I call etching. Sometimes, and today seems like one of those days where I want to do that. These are going to fall really slow, and they're going to see it probably the whole time because the water's clear and this is a perfect lure for that condition. So it's going to fall, hit the bottom, close to the structure as I can get where the bass should be, and then I just start etching it along the bottom really slow and bouncing it a little bit and letting it stop. And then when I feel the bite, it'll be like a thump thump, and then you set the hook really, really hard because it's got to go through that rubber, and I call it hooking them in the head. They got a pretty good strong spot above their top lip, and it's got to get all the way in there. So you pull really hard, and you just yank it really hard and get it through there. Once it's hooked good, just kind of feel out how big he is, and if you need to adjust your drag and let him run a little bit, then do so, because I've got 10-pound test here, but you know, it just depends on how big the fish is. These fish are probably not going to be any more than 4 pounds, 4.5. This is a young lake, but they've done a real good job here. This is called Prairie Queen Lake, and it's in Virginia. I'm sorry, it's in Nebraska. I just got back from Virginia, but it's in Omaha, Nebraska. And so it's kind of in the southern part of the city. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off and give it a shot, and I'll tell you what happened. And hopefully we'll see a pretty decent sized bass. Alright.